visez haut.
U-Sports on CBC, presented by les championnats U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Thunderbirds Medical Supplies, Les Bag Baron Rings, BioSteel, Wilson, APAR, and by Indochino.
Welcome to War Memorial Gym at the University of British Columbia in the 2025 Indochino U-Sports Basketball Final 8 presented by Victory Creative Group. Ilya Kurbanov, Marcus Fitzgerald on hand. Consolation Semifinal number 2. Ilya, the Queen's Gaels against the host UBC Thunderbirds. And the Birds coming into this game having lost last night to the 6th seed UPEI. UBC did not shoot the ball very well. They turned the ball over early in that ball game. Certainly some disappointment to be on this side of the bracket, but still at home against the Queen's Gaels at the War Memorial Gym, and some players to watch. We start with Ollie Engen on the Queen's side of things. Now, this is a very athletic side, Ilya, but Engen is the guy. He's one of the engines, if you will, at 18 points a game.
Definitely. Being a freshman and coming in and leading the Queen's Gaels, who've lost some tremendous talent along the way last year and from their last national appearance, going all the way to the championship game and falling short of their first ever national title last year against Laval. Ollie Engen coming in, making things happen, averaging 18 as a freshman, leading the way for the Gaels.
And that number 18, Adam Olsen, close to it as well. He's one of the players to watch for UBC. I mean, we could talk about Olsen, but we could also talk about the Thunderbirds. They just got to bounce back after what was a tough game. We'll see if they have the energy here tonight as well.
This is a hard one. Obviously, Olsen leading the way for this team. 15 points a game, a sharpshooter, someone you don't really want to leave open, but his advantage is standing at 6'8", as a wing, can shoot it from anywhere, can shoot it over anyone. But like you said, a tough loss yesterday in front of the home crowd, and as a host, not something that you want to see. And let's see if they can bounce back and have that same energy for today and hope for that placement into the Consolation Final tomorrow.
We'll be back with more. You're watching U-Sports on CBC.
Feel every hit, point, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline. Our passionate team unlocks a world of possibilities with digital broadcasting made simple, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. Proudly Canadian, ISI Live, be there.
Hey U-Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Early mornings, late nights, every rep, every sacrifice, leading to this. Fueled by BioSteel, the best get the chance to make their mark. One weekend, one shot at glory.
Gaels. 6'2" guard number 3, Lucas Silas. 6'3" guard number 7, AJ Cummings. 6'4" guard number 8, Ollie Engen. 6'6" winger number 12, Tyson Lama. 6'7" forward number 6, Kai Dalen. The head coach, the Queens Gaels, is Steph Barry. The assistants are John Curcio and Justin Lawrence. Ladies and gentlemen, the Queens University Gaels. And now, all right, Thunder fans, out of your seats and onto your feet. This is your house. This is your floor. And these are your University of British Columbia Thunderbirds. 6'1" guard number 8, Brendan Sullivan. 6'4" guard number 22, Micah Jesse. 6'8" guard forward number 3, Adam Olsen. 6'6" forward number 0, Farid Chitou. 6'8" forward number 35, Victor Radokash. The head coach of your UBC Thunderbirds is Kevin Hansen. The assistants are Phil Jalapur, Taylor Williams, Jamie Weed, Doug Aberhart, and Mike Hamilton. Ladies and gentlemen, your University of British Columbia Thunderbirds.
Set to go here from War Memorial at UBC. The home side, home court advantage, although maybe not the side of the bracket they wanted. The Thunderbirds meet the Queens Gaels as we bring the second Consolation Semifinal to you. Marcus Fitzgerald, Ilya Kurbanov on the call, and we are underway. The Thunderbirds controlling here. UBC losing to UPEI last night at the Doug Mitchell Thunderbird Arena. Did not shoot the ball very well to start the game last night. Turned the ball over quite a bit. But they get the ball first on offense, unable to convert as Radikaj inside, but he gets it back and puts it down. So a basket on the first trip for the home team. And the Queens Gaels, the loss to Calgary yesterday, the second-seeded Dinos. Backdoor pass off the glass, and good with the finish is Lucas Silas. So a 2-2 start, now some full court pressure. Queens, a team that plays fast, and they'll space you out. Three-point attempt is no good. Radikaj on the offensive boards, taps it out. Queens is off and running. AJ Cummings let it go. He's coming up short. And UBC controls. Adam Olsen with the ball. Gives it up to Chitou to the basket and lays it in.
AJ Cummings coming off a very impressive shooting night against the Dinos with 7 triples in yesterday's game.
Ollie Engen getting into the paint, kicks it out to the corner. Three-pointer no good. Cummings on the rebound. Engen one more time, easily down the lane and lays it in.
Way too easy by the Thunderbirds, allowing him get into the lane. Engen may not be one of the most impressive shooters on this team, so you kind of have to sag off him and let him take those long-range triples.
And the Thunderbirds turning it over here. Turnovers also hurt them earlier. And now last night, that loss to UPEI, they just looked sloppy. Talking with Thunderbirds head assistant coach, Doug Aberhart, before this game. Sure, they did not shoot well, but way too many turnovers early in the first quarter. Kind of put that team into a bit of a funk, and the hosts were never really able to recover. And they find themselves in the second semifinal as we get a foul on the floor. That's on Chitou. That's his first of the ball game. First team foul of the game as well, just 2 minutes in. Engen to inbound. Gets the return feed. Had a man flashing into the paint. Keep it himself. Cummings will line up another three and drill it. And again with the full court pressure here from Queens, making UBC work out of the backcourt.
Wanting to get off to a hot start, not allowing the Thunderbirds get open in the open court.
Decent job breaking the press at that time. Corner three, no good. As Adam Olsen comes up empty. Now it's Engen. Into the paint, little scoop shot off the glass, that was short. Not enough lift on that one. Rebound by Radukaj, and this is Adam Olsen into the lane, gets the contact, and he'll go and shoot two.
Looks like Coach Hansen opted to start with his graduating seniors plus Olsen. Obviously not the final eight that Sullivan, Jesse, Radakai, and Chatou would have wanted to see out.
As Olsen misses the first free throw. It's a three-point game here. 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The winner of this game to move on and face Concordia tomorrow afternoon, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on CBC. Gaels in the gold uniforms, UBC in white with the blue and gold trim. Tough shot driving on the baseline there by Ashton Bain, comes up short. Now another corner three. That one's way off as well, off the hands of the Gaels. It'll be UBC ball as Chatou was under the basket. And again, this pressure defensively by the Gaels. UBC having to work real hard to try to break that press, and they turn it over. Another three-point attempt, no good. Skying for the board for the Thunderbirds is Sullivan. And away the Birds go on the run. Radukaj on the lob and a finish.
Beautiful run and transition by Radakai. Points it up to the sky for Jesse, and they connect.
And an air ball back the other way. So tied at 7. Even as Queens visually has made it look pretty difficult for UBC. They've had to work, the T-Birds have, for their possessions, their points, having to go 94 feet here. You can see the Gaels keeping the pressure on that long relieve outlet pass, knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with UBC. You just wonder how long Queens will keep up this full court pressure. They look like they can wear you down into the hardwood. I'm tired just watching it, Ilya, and we're only 4 minutes into the ball game as Olsen gets the ball on the back door and lays it in, plus the foul. UBC's had to work, but now they're out in front.
And I feel like that's the reason why the Gaels have subbed out all 5 of their starters, going for those hockey subs, bringing fresh legs in. Like you said, how long would they do that front court press and a full court press? These situations like that allow you to be in that full court action.
And Olsen missed the free throw. Chatou working baseline, kicks it out. Let it go, and a shot drops. That is a 3. That's number 22. Micah Jesse from the land beyond. And suddenly the T-Birds have opened up a 5-point lead, and we get another full hockey substitution for Queens at the next whistle. They keep the broadcasters on their toes as well. New bodies out there all the time. Now they got to force one up here. Long three-pointer, no good. That was missed by Ponting. And it will be UBC basketball.
Making a good defensive stance. The Thunderbirds force Ponting to take a very deep shot.
I was certainly curious to see how the Thunderbirds would react. Host team, lose last night. You know, the path was certainly there to play for a national championship. And based on how they've looked, I know we're only 5 minutes into this ball game, but encouraging so far for Kevin Hansen's group, who's seen it all in his 25 seasons as UBC head coach. Dribble handoff, cross court, another three-point opportunity is down. That is Adam Olsen from deep.
Something that they would have wanted to happen yesterday, but so far the shooting is good. they can continue taking care of the ball outside of those couple of turnovers early on, they're very well be in that bounce back mindset.
An early 8-point lead, and we get the officials stepping in. A little hostility there. Teams that obviously don't see each other all that often. And I think we've got double tech, I believe. I want to get the announcement in-house here. That was Cummings who was involved in that. Well, maybe not. Maybe nothing came out of that. No, a straight on three is good. And that's a big shot for the Queens to get back in at Tyson Lama. The pressure and a 5-second violation. So there's that full court pressure. Ilya, we're going to have to get used to this. We're going to see it for at least the next 4 minutes and 58 seconds based on what we're looking at. But we do have a timeout on the floor. So the score with half a first quarter to go, T-Birds 15, Queens 10. You are watching U Sports on CBC. Oh, is that the mini timeout? Nah.
Délaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest. Le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Le sport en direct sur ici-tout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est ici-tout.tv.
Memorial Gym as the Thunderbirds out to a 5-point lead here in this first quarter. Ilya Kurbanov, Marcus Fitzgerald with you. U Sports on CBC, the second Consolation Semifinal. Queens and UBC head-to-head. Inside, up and good, off the glass, easy bucket for Kai Dalen. And a long stretch pass underneath the basket, layup missed. As Gazina couldn't get it to go. Now it's Engen. Queens with a chance to get set here. Drive into the paint, nowhere to go for Silas, and the ball out of bounds will go to the Thunderbirds.
Tries to get something off the dribble, doesn't see the backdoor cut to give it up, and in motion, Tyson Lama is just out of position to get that ball.
Brendan Sullivan for UBC, all the way to the cup and lays it in.
Something that he's really good at, turning up the pace of the game and going all the way to the hoop. If you don't stop him early, he'll make you pay.
This is Lama getting into the lane, up and good, and a foul as he bodied Sullivan that time. So Lama with a chance for a three-point play.
Backs him down, gets a little body check, and Sullivan called for blocking.
Sullivan's first. Sometimes that's all you need, just that little half step, drop the shoulder a little bit. Good job by Tyson Lama. 3-point game here, Thunderbirds in front of the Gaels. As Lama hits the free throw. 17-15, and again, the pressure continues for Queens. UBC having to work to break this press. It is Adam Olsen. Moving it up ahead. Flashing into the paint, they had Gazina there. Instead, it's Olsen. Return for Jerry Hayes into the ball game. Now a baseline drive and no good. Second chance opportunity off the glass and in Toby Akinkunmi.
A strong body, stays in play, continues to fight for possession, and Lucas Silla's doing a veteran play against Jerry Hayes.
Hayes with the reach in, you see on the replay there, Akinkunmi following up, staying with it. Those little second chance plays following your shot. The Gaels trail by 4 here. Under 4 to go. Cummings had a look for a moment. Thought about it again. Now gets into the paint. Swings it out. Wide open 3 opportunity. No good. Gaels hitting the offensive glass. Cummings was down there as well. So was Kai Dalen, but ball out of bounds. It'll go to the T-Birds.
A high arc shot by Silas, not falling, hitting the back iron.
And UBC some trouble with the inbounds there. Olsen trying to go down low, and it's stolen.
Might have had Gertzen wide open in the corner.
And Silas right to the bucket, puts it in. And Jerry Hayes back the other way. Birds trying to establish post position there, trying to look for Guzina, and we have a foul. Fareed Chatou will check back in for UBC. And that foul for Queens on Tyson Lama, that is his second. So some early foul trouble for Lama. Lama's going to come out of the ball game as we get a corner 3. Gus Gertzen.
Another sharp shooter on the Thunderbird side. Made some critical threes to try to make that comeback against the Panthers yesterday, which, as we know, didn't help.
And Ponting lost the ball, trying to get inside. Chatou comes up with a basketball, and Hayes with the release ahead for Akinkunmi. Fires into the corner. Gertzen lets it go. It drops. 2 in a row for Gus Gertzen. It's an 8-point T-Bird lead.
A great 3-and-D guy, Gus Gertzen. Does it on both ends of the floor, defends extremely well around the perimeter, and as you saw again, knocks down a huge tray.
And Jenkins answers back for Queens with a 3 to cut it back to 5, and a steal off the inbounds underneath the basket. Contact, no whistle. Staying with it though was Itajelli, and the ball gets knocked away. Thunderbirds recover. Chatou to the bucket, up, and no good, but a foul. And Fareed Chatou will go to the line as the Thunderbirds avoid a little disaster there. Queens continuing to get that pressure off the inbounds.
Not afraid, understanding that they might not be the tallest or the biggest, but pesky defenders around the inbounds, putting that pressure on the Thunderbirds, not giving them lots of breathing room to work with, and force them to make decisions under pressure.
And Chatou hits the first. One more for Queens, and the Birds will be in the penalty. Shoot free throws the rest of the way. As you see, Chatou at the line drills the second as well. So a 7-point edge for the home side as Silas checks back in for Queens. Pretty rapid fire substitution patterns for Queens here. Got to keep your head on a swivel, keep the matchups out in front. This is Sigma for Queens getting into the paint, and a foul. I think this is on Hayes.
Hayes now picks up a second.
Yeah.
Sigma gets into him, too much handwork from Hayes. It's an easy one to call for the official.
Off the dribble handoff, Silas. Little pocket pass inside. T-Birds bring the double team. Silas kicks to the corner. Corner 3, no good. Off the back iron, rebound Gertzen. And here comes Hayes. He's got Chatou. Chatou's got a lane, throws it down. Fareed Chatou, Thunderbirds up 9.
Some authority on that play. Jerry Hayes does a tremendous job pushing the pace, giving Chatou enough time.
And the long look-ahead pass. Rajakash back the other way, follows up, puts it in. It's an 11-point lead for UBC and a timeout on the floor. Queens needs to talk it over. UBC on their home floor at War Memorial have raced out to an 11-point advantage night and day from the night before, and that's a positive for Kevin Anson's group because, hey, we were talking about that. You know, they didn't play well last night, didn't shoot well, but things are going their way so far in this first quarter. Long way to go, but you got to like what you see from a UBC standpoint so far.
Definitely, you know, and considering that it may not be a medal game, it may not be the most important game of their careers, but certainly there's pride on the line. You're a host team. You don't want to finished last in this tournament, and that's something I'm sure Coach Hansen and the company are stressing in those conversations, maybe even in yesterday's pep talk after the game or even this morning.
And they had been playing well coming into this tournament as well. 30-6, Canada West silver medalists. And just have a letdown last night against UPEI. But credit to this group so far. And for Queens as well, it's, you know, with the pressure, the full court pressure, UBC's found a way to sort of counter that. In a way, it's like UBC's kind of beating Queens at their own game right now. They're playing at Queens' pace, but also up 11.
Definitely, and you know, the reason why they're able to is that the Queens have 4 defenders up in the front court, allow that league transition pass, and a lot of times off the defensive rebounds, they still press full court after a missed shot. Not necessarily the best decision in any situation in a basketball game.
Getting into the final minute here, first quarter, as it's Engen. Gets the shot up, doesn't go down for each to 2. Be careful there, Gertson's gonna let it go. It's on line, no good. And we have a foul that's gonna go on Brendan Sullivan over the back here, so that's 2 on Sullivan.
That's the one you don't want to commit, especially this late in the quarter, away from the rim. Sending the Gaels to the free throw line, bonus situation, and Kai Dalen now has an opportunity to convert.
Micah Jesse into the game for UBC as Dalen hits the first of 2. It's a 10-point game. Thunderbirds out front of the Queens Gaels. And the second one goes down. Dalen with a complete trip that time. Gertson on the press break here. Waiting for his mates to join him over the timeline. You saw Gertson there. You saw Akinkunmi directing traffic a little bit. Gertson on the curl. Going corner. Akinkunmi, corner 3. No good. Missed everything. And Queens on the push. Engen. Engen a handoff. Silas. Silas a little step back high. Arcing jump shot. No good. After the rebound, and on it is Ion. Engen, nice little spin move and dusts the rim off before dropping it through. It's a 7-point game. Final 4 seconds here. I don't think they realize how much time was on the clock. It's forced up and no good by Micah Jesse. So after 1 quarter of play, 31-24, the Thunderbirds out in front of the Queens Gaels at the War Memorial Arena. We will be right back. You are watching U Sports on CBC.
We are athletes.
Do you know what Husky athletes are made of?
Determination.
Hustle. Resilience. We're part of a team and a community.
We work hard for every goal.
And every grade.
Do you know what Husky athletes become?
Pharmacists.
Teachers.
Professionals.
Olympians.
When you invest in student athletes, you invest in the future. When you elevate her, you elevate the game. Watch women win.
Everyone watches Husky women's sports.
See her, be her.
Back at War Memorial on a Friday afternoon, UBC and Queens. Thunderbirds leading at 31-24 as we just take a quick look at some of the stats presented by Wilson. UBC shooting well from the floor. They've had to work with that full court press. We've been talking about it, but 57% from the field, 4 of 9 from 3. And it's actually the UBC defense that's harassed Queens so far, Ilya, in that first quarter. Just 3 of 10 from deep for Queens and the Gaels in the first 10 minutes.
And still pretty decent shooting from the field. Only 9 for 20 isn't terrible to start the game, but I think what makes it worse and what makes that 11-point lead that the Thunderbirds had at one point is the fact that the Gaels try to press on missed and made opportunities. Every time you get a missed chance, if the T-Birds corral the defensive board, you want to get back. You don't want to allow them to get in transition and get those easy looks. They strive in those areas, and it can make you pay every time.
And some balanced offense for the Thunderbirds in that first quarter. 4 players with 6 points each as Cummings knocks down a 3. Shatu, Olsen, Gertsen, and Rajikaj all have 6 each for UBC. Once again, extra steps that time as Micah Jesse had more room than he thought. So it'll be Queens basketball, 31-27, UBC out in front.
Slight mishandle from Jesse. I'm sure he would love to take that one back and reset the play.
Gaels with the ball. Cummings is just going to pull and fire. No good up the back iron. But Queens gets the offensive board. Silas. Nice little pass inside. Jump hook, no good. Contested. Gertsen comes down with a rebound. Marcus Fitzgerald, Ilya Kurbanov with you. As Queens continues with this pressure defense. But that leads to a 3-point opportunity. No good. Won't drop for Akinkunmi. And Queens once again keeping it close. 4-point game. And you can bet they're keeping this full court pressure on. As Silas gets it, top of the mountain. Tough contested shot. That's short. Missed everything. Off the rebound, Rajikaj. Set it up there for Micah Jesse. Akinkunmi, and now this is Shatu into the paint, into the trees, and we get a whistle.
And Shatu could finish with the rest of the trees in there. We've seen him earlier on elevate with no ladder and get to the rim with ease.
Have you ever throw down in a game? You ever dunk in a game?
Not an official one, no.
Okay, all right. Just kind of the one in the layup line where you go up with the one hand.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Many times, but I feel like in the game, especially when situations, even if you're up 20 or up 10, it's easier to it counts 2 points.
Yeah. 2 points is 2 points. Don't mess around. Plus, if you blow the dunk, you're coming out of the game.
Exactly.
There's that.
No
too.
coach likes that.
No, not at all. Jesse with the ball here. And we've got a whistle as the shot clock was winding down. That's a foul on Cummings, I believe. Or 14, pardon me. Ashton Baines second. As Ashton Baines down to the block there defensively. Into the game for UBC, Arnaud Conan. Gets it inside. Swarmed by players, but laying it in. A nice job is Nikola Gazina. Back the other way, Silas draws the foul. So back and forth. You got to be in shape to play this game. Both these teams playing at great pace early on second quarter as Lucas Silas will go to the line.
Got to be in shape to play on this level, period. It's one of those things. You're not up to par with the rest of the squad, with the competition. You're not playing.
Silas makes the first. And of course these coaches, they're looking for, student athletes from all around trying to play their style. And Queens has a very distinct style. We're seeing it play out here today. UBC's done a good job countering that as the corner three is knocked down by Micah Jesse.
5 for 11 so far to the Thunderbirds in this game. And a number of players are with 2 apiece.
Going in with the ball, finds Shatu. Shatu's got some room here. Look for Gazina, but it was stolen. Back come the Gaels. Nice little pass for Cummings off the glass. No good on the follow. No, but a foul. And number 10 for Queens, Lucas Ponting, will shoot 2.
In previous play in transition, Shatu had Olsen wide open in the corner. He was begging for that basketball. Coach Hansen was not happy with that decision as he was trying to fit Guzino, obviously.
The 2025 BioSteel University Cup Men's Hockey Championship heads to Ottawa and the arena at TD Place March 20th. For the 23rd, single-game tickets start at $26. Click the QR code at the bottom of your screen or visit usportstickets.ca to get your tickets today. We've got a 7-point game. UBC out in front. This little pull-up jump shot, smooth from Adam Olsen.
Has a high arch on that jump. Again, can shoot it over anyone in the country.
And right back down the other way and scoring for Queens. Smooth himself was Lucas Ponting. And this is Olsen now with that size on the perimeter. They had a man inside. Instead, they go to Micah James, corner three, no good. A left-handed three-point attempt is down. That's Nylan Roberts getting involved. Now UBC picking up some pressure, working with a 10-point lead. 6:40 to go here in the second quarter. A.J. Cummings, pump fake on the drive. Little floater, no good. Cummings staying with it, 1-on-3, lost the ball though. Thunderbirds take over. Conan. Into the paint and lays it in. Oh, we get a goaltend there. But that will drop. Arnaud Conan just going coast to coast. And a 12-point lead for the Thunderbirds.
And again, you see the Gaels press up after a missed shot. Double teaming Conan, the ball handler. He just blows by and putting the rest of the Gaels at a disadvantage with a 5-on-3.
Thunderbirds a few successful trips here to open up a 12-point lead. Three-point attempt from Queens, no good. Conan skying for the rebound. Long stretch pass for Olsen. Little stutter step into the paint, score it, plus the foul.
Olsen gets it done on all fronts offensively, knocked down a triple. Earlier, a beautiful dribble jump shot from the midi, and this time off balance, embraces the contact, tosses a hail and gets it done.
We've got a timeout on the floor, 14-point lead for UBC. You are watching U Sports on CBC.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Aussi bon que Messi. C'est pas aussi mauvais que la cigarette, ça?
C'est juste une vapoteuse.
Fais-toi pas d'illusions.
Vapoter, c'est jouer avec sa santé. Brise l'illusion.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
In third quarters, they couldn't hit anything.
Yeah. Back at War Memorial Gym, you see Kevin Hansen talking to the Thunderbirds, working with a 14-point lead now in this second quarter. And it's easy to say night and day from last night, Ilya, but it kind of is night and day for UBC after what we saw against UPEI last night.
It's definitely a much better offensive performance, execution, 6 turnovers still, but despite that, pushing the pace, taking advantage of transition when the Gaels are outnumbered, and that's worked so far for them.
So Olsen missing the free throw there, so it stays at 14, and now Engen getting inside, can't convert. Adam Olsen pushing into the front court. Conan finds Olsen. Draws an extra defender and a travel. Good defensive work by Queens there to impede Olsen. He's got that size on the perimeter. You get that extra body in there, and that makes a difference as the Gaels take over.
Good sliding held by Ponting. A little stutter just to make Olsen pick up his dribble.
Now Sickman will pocket pass. That was a tough one, nearly stolen. But it's Silas inside, lays it in.
Older brother Luke, Cole Silas, playing overseas now.
So we get a whistle on the floor. Foul on Queens. That's the third foul on, is that Jenkins?
Everyone with 2 so far, it looks like. It's Jenkins, Lama, and Bain who have 2 a pair.
Yeah, nobody in real foul trouble just yet. Just the 2 on Jenkins. Olsen corner 3, missed everything. Another 3-point opportunity. Count that one though, Micah Jesse.
Jesse 3 for 6. Not afraid to shoot them contested or open.
Sigma to answer, and he does. Jesse now asked to relieve some of this pressure. He'll carry it over himself. Now Conan. Finds Jesse. Queens in his zone now. Little 2-3 here. Roundukaj, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Tough shot. Rolls around and out. Sigma on the rebound. 12-point game, 48-36. UBC out in front. The winner off to the Consolation Final tomorrow afternoon. We'll have that game for you on CBC. And now we've kind of settled into this game here, Ilya. It just feels like UBC is in control. I mean, Queens is trying to play at their pace. They want to go with the full court pressure, but you get the sense that UBC is starting to dictate things, and they look a lot more comfortable than they did on Thursday night.
Definitely waving off even the additional pressure. You saw in a previous play, Micah Jesse telling his guards to go forward so the defenders follow and not allowing for trap opportunities once he crosses into the front court.
As Hayes misses the floater, Raducaj on the offensive glass will shoot 2. And that's when you know you got a confident group. You've got players on the UBC crashing the glass, getting after it, creating extra possessions. There was some concern with this group, where they would be mentally after last night, and I don't think that's been an issue so far.
A lot of times it'd be a concern for most players. It's so deflating having to be taken out of the tournament, or out of contention, I should say, for the glory of a national championship title. And you have to wait another year and then work again to qualify like you had to all this year. It's so much sweat that goes into it. And as cliche as it may sound, blood, sweat, and tears laid out on the court every day in practice, in games.
Queens ball here offensively, and a nice move off the glass. That's Kai Dalen. So Queens hanging around here. It's 11 with 3:30 to go in the half. UBC trying to get some quality possessions here before that halftime buzzer, and that lob pass that was intended for Raducaj instead hit the backboard, and Queens will try to take advantage here, try to cut it to 9 or even 8. Drive and a foul as Jesse went after Sigma. A little elevation there at the end, but Sigma's going to go to the line, and those two having a couple words. And we've got a technical foul. Is that on Jesse? Now, because Sigma was talking as well.
It might well be on Micah Jesse's. Not happy perhaps with the call. There's not enough contact on the replay from that one. By his standards, and then he elevated to obviously reject that shot.
Okay, so we got double technicals on Jesse and Sigma there. Caught some of that verbal exchange, and the officials putting that to bed. but Sickman hits the first of 2 free throws here. So it's a 10-point game, and now staying at 10 as Chateau skies for the board. Farid will bring it up himself here with speed. Leaving it there for Hayes. 3 minutes to go in the half. Thunderbirds by 10. Free pass inside. They were looking for Akinkunmi, couldn't get it to him, and now Chateau back up, draws the contact. No physicality there. Chateau getting mixed up with Lucas Ponting, but it's going to be big Farid going to the line.
Both teams refusing, giving an inch of space to one another, fighting for every call, fighting for every possession. Ponting not giving an easy 1-2 Chateau.
Doesn't look like a lot of fun out there in the paint. It's not for the faint of heart, especially when you're battling for position, trying to get those entry passes in, position on the block. A lot of infighting, hand fighting, physicality, lower body stuff. Just two teams playing at a very high level as we got some of the best in U Sports in this country at UBC this weekend as Chateau goes 1 for 2, so it's an 11-point game. Silas all the way back, scores and draws the foul. He's got a chance for a 3-point play, and that gets a rise out of the Queens bench as well. The bench is in it.
Going coast to coast, Lucas Silas fakes it out with the pass on Olsen, sending him back to the corner. And Chateau's trailing the play. It puts enough contact on the body and one opportunity.
Toby Akinkunmi, the foul. So we've got a 9-point game here late in the second quarter. UBC's been real good, but you know, we're watching this. Yeah, this isn't over. You could tell Queens is really hanging around. They're mentally tough. They're a mentally strong group as well. And two teams that look, I would say, almost evenly matched. Very, very back and forth. I do think that, you know, Queens is playing more at their pace, and UBC is happy to match that. And we've had ourselves a heck of a first half of basketball. And I like the bench reaction out of Queens. That lets me know that, yes, they are in this game. So many times, Ilya, you look to it, if the bench isn't into it, they're not getting up. They're not doing the crane celebrations. None of that stuff. The vibes aren't there. It appears to be there with Queens and with UBC as well. But for the Gaels, down 9, trying to get back into this game. The guys who aren't playing are into the game. Always a positive thing.
Well, the worst thing you could do is be negative impact on the bench. You don't want to be the weather maker and bringing the entire energy down. You know, you make a good play, you make a strong play, you know you're in the game. It's time to celebrate, regardless of what stage of the season it is or whatever the game and what stakes are. I think if you're a good teammate, whether or not you're on a court, you will always have your teammates back.
Silas makes the free throw, completes the 3-point play. So the edge for the Thunderbirds, down to 8. Hayes with the ball now. 3-point attempts, no good, off the back iron. Ball tapped around, and Gaels come out with it. Engen into the lane, turnaround, and good.
He loves to getting in the middle, stopping on a dime and turn around yesterday against the Dinos when they were fighting with similar styles.
And following up is Chateau off the Hayes miss. So an 8-point ball game. About 2 minutes to go here. Silas with it. A.J. Cummings swings it. Cummings gets the return feed. Driving towards the baseline, was cut off by Akinkunmi. Shot clock winding down. Good defense by Adam Olsen. Ball out of bounds. It'll stay, though, with the Gaels.
0.6 of a second. Not sure who would go for that lob play potentially.
Yeah.
One-touch shot.
Gonna say enough time for a lob. We'll see. Nope, they don't get it off. And play will continue here as Olsen drives and lays it in.
Returning a favor in transition as the Gaels certainly run the pace of the floor. He matches that intensity.
Cummings misses the jump shot. Gertson with a rebound. On the run out, Toby Akinkunmi, Gertson, and now Hayes. Olsen, they'll fire a 3 in rhythm. Yes!
Olsen filling himself. 6 for 8 on the evening, 2 for 4 from the three-point land.
And Engen, that was pretty, into the paint. Our two players to watch before this game. A strong sequence at both ends of the floor. Hayes into the paint, stops. Akinkunmi, wide open three, count it.
And finally sees one drop. Akinkunmi came up short on a couple of occasions this game so far. But again, left wide open. Makes the right read.
14-point lead for UBC. Inside, easy layup. Dropping it home was Lucas Ponting off the feed from Engen. Akinkunmi now. Final 25 seconds of the quarter. Olsen, baseline drive, kicks it to the corner. Gertson, wide open three, cash again.
The Splash Bros are well back and alive. 5 triples between the pair of Olsen and Gertson.
Final 5 seconds into the paint, off the glass and good. Kai Dalen with the finish. And we go to the half, a 63-50 halftime lead for UBC, and the Thunderbirds answering back in a big way after what was a tough loss last night to UPEI. Adam Olsen, you see there, hitting the open three-point shot, and Toby Akinkunmi as well from straight on, and then followed by Gertson there from the corner. So the T-Birds shooting the cover off the basketball in that second quarter. They've got a 13-point lead, and we get set to take you to the half on this Friday afternoon. We're going to bring you the story of
I'm with Aaron Brooms, who plays basketball for the TMU Bold. Aaron, I was wondering if you could tell me when you first started playing basketball.
I started playing basketball when I was about 9. Played for this little club in Oakville called the Oakville Vitas. When I was 9, even before that, I was doing rec league. So my dad was there, and he was just I was always taller than everybody else. It was just why not you play basketball?
You have all the accolades. So, OUA Rookie of the Year, U Sports Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
What was the first year for you in U Sports basketball like?
It was tough, I'm not gonna lie, because the transition between high school and university, I think for anybody is difficult, either from an academic or a sports standpoint. But I was, grateful to have a great coaching staff and Coach David DeVero. He helped me transition really well. He put his trust in me right away, which is not something you see a lot in rookies. I was a starter right away. As the year went on, things got easier, of course, as I adjusted.
That offseason, right after your rookie year, is when you got drafted to the CBL, correct?
Yeah.
So you're going from high school to uni, then CBL, Shooting Stars.
Yeah.
How did you feel? Did you kind of expect that to happen in that way?
Honestly, no. I literally I went into my first year thinking obviously I want to play, and I just wanted to make an impact. It was expressed in my game where I was just working hard all the time. I just wanted to make an impact. I wanted to be the best I could be. I even had the experience or the opportunity, to wear Canada across my chest out in Chile for the Nations League for 3-on-3. That was a surreal experience. I felt so proud, just wearing the red and white. There's this narrative that, Canadian universities aren't that good in terms of sports, and just the uprising of Canada basketball and how great it's become and how big it's becoming with the WNBA now coming to Toronto. People are recognizing Canadian basketball players in the NBA now more, and in the Olympics. It's just great to be a part of that conversation and contribute to the growth of Canada basketball.
exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated. Ontario University Athletics.
This is a call to empower, to unite, and to celebrate the bold in all their glory. It's time to own the ice. Are you ready?
We are athletes. Do you know what Husky athletes are made of? Determination.
Hustle. Resilience. We're part of a team and a community.
We work hard for every goal.
And every grade.
Do you know what Husky athletes become?
Pharmacists.
Teachers.
Professionals.
Olympians.
When you invest in student athletes, you invest in the future. When you elevate her, you elevate the game. Watch women win.
Everyone watches Husky women's sports.
See her, be her.
This is more than just a game. This is about who rules the court. The U Sports Basketball Championships, March 13th to 16th on CBC Gem.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Le sport en direct sur icitout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles. Des athlètes de grand talent. Des sports de haut niveau. Tout ça sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est simple et gratuit sur icitout.tv.
U Sports on CBC, presented by Les championnats U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Thunderbirds Medical Supplies, Les Bag Baron Rings, BioSteel, Wilson, APAR, and by Indochino.
Go in a minute or two here.
Yeah.
Oh, some Kendrick Lamar for the first time. The entire weekend.
Took them a while.
Yeah.
Better late than never, I guess.
Yeah. Creative group, Marcus Fitzgerald, Ilya Kurbanov. 1 half to go. This is the second Consolation Semifinal. The UBC Thunderbirds and the Queens Gaels. The Thunderbirds disappointed last night, falling to UPEI in an upset, the 3 seed, the host team, but up 13 after the first half here. And Queens losing to Calgary last night. Both these teams trying to get to tomorrow afternoon, where the Concordia Stingers are waiting. And we take a look, Ilya, at some of the stats of the half presented by Wilson. 63-50, I mean, it's all right in front of you there. 58% from the floor, 52% from the three-point line. If you're Kevin Hansen, you're thinking, man, where was that last night?
Most definitely. You're probably even biting yourself in the elbows or wherever part of your body to, you know, not to suffocate from too much pain of yesterday's loss. But certainly the display of shooting has been on a high level. Adam Olsen with a pair, Gus Gertson with a pair, a few players contributing. Obviously Micah Jesse, Toby Akinkunmi knocked down an open one late in that second quarter. They take care of business. They deal with that press extremely well, push that ball in transition and get it going early, as we've seen Gaels picking up 94 feet the entire start of that first and second quarters. And the moment that press is broken, they're too far back to recover and make a play defensively.
And even as you see here, some of the highlights from the first half, UBC has had to deal with that full court pressure from the Gaels, but even when the Thunderbirds have it in the half court, they're able to move the ball quite well and get some quality shots even when the pace slows down a little bit.
Definitely, 11 assists on the 24 made field goals. It speaks exactly and tells you exactly everything you need to know. But not just the ball movement, it's the fact that they're able to knock down those shots, something that they definitely struggled with yesterday at the Thunderbird Arena. And today, fighting for that pride. Like you said, the Stingers await for the winner of this matchup to face tomorrow in the Consolation Final, and the Thunderbirds are making a strong case of being that team.
4 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific tomorrow on CBC. We will have that game for you as Adam Olsen leads the Thunderbirds back on the court. The playmaking, though, that's really impressed me. This is my first real look at Queens. Lucas Silas and Ollie Engen, both those guys able to get into the paint, making things happen, making things difficult for the UBC defense on the other side.
Definitely, and that's something that they're extremely well at, attacking the lanes, creating for someone else, off the dribble penetration. Both of them are not the best three-point shooters per se, but can blow you by with that first step, no problem.
And right off the hop, they try to find Chateau on the lob, but a little too much mustard on that one. So it'll be Queens basketball, 13-point lead. UBC out in front, 63-50. As we begin this third quarter. And we mentioned Silas there. Got stopped up at the elbow. Dumps it inside, turn on jump hook, rejected. Victor Rajikaj, get it out of here. Defensively shutting down Kai Dalen, and we're going the other way.
Radakai, such a strong and physical presence. A tree inside. Gets the block.
Olsen's got some room, so smooth. The handle on the perimeter and easy inside for Fareed Chateau. So Queens now down 15 here. A little pull-up jump shot. Dusting off the rim, rolling around, and good. Lucas Silas got all of the iron that time. And right back down the other way, it's Victor again. Off the glass and in.
Does it on both ends of the floor, standing tall, soft touch.
So Radakai with some plays at both ends here. And now off the dribble of the basket, no good. Unable to put it down was Tyson Lama. Back come the Birds, maybe a chance to push, going up strong and laying it in, Micah Jesse.
And quick in transition, get going. The Thunderbirds carrying over that momentum from the second quarter.
Engen now against Olsen. Engen turnaround, drills it, and the foul. That was good defense by Olsen too. I don't think he liked the call, but that was some good defense, and Engen with a big bucket here for Queens.
Again, going to his sweet spot, the honey, that dribble, stop, half spin, turnaround, fadeaway jumper. This is probably third or fourth today alone, using that same move.
And that was textbook that time by Engen. Engen, again, we talked about it, such a big part of this group offensively. 13 points to lead the Gaels in scoring on the afternoon. Engen now staying at 13. That one rimmed out. Frustrated with that one. You could see it on his face as he headed back down the floor. So a 15-point lead for UBC. And Radakai off the glass and good. Once again, the big man for UBC having himself a third quarter.
Through contact, not phased. Kisses it off the glass.
This time it's Silas dribbled off his knee out of bounds. Thunderbird basketball. 17-point lead for UBC, and this could get out of hand in a hurry here if the Gaels don't respond. Micah Jesse, he'll pull for three. Go long off the back iron. Olsen will try it himself, and that rolls out as well. Engen back the other way for Queens, looking to push. Thunderbirds doing a good job getting back in transition. Queens just continuing to get in the paint, and Radakai, get that out of here. That was Lucas Ponting that he turned away. This is Radakai's third quarter.
It's a beautiful defensive play. Ponting a lot faster and shiftier than Radakai, but that doesn't phase him. Stays with, gets the rejection, tries to save the ball as well. Incredible hustle efforts from Radakai.
5 on the shot clock here. Silas is going to have to force this one up, gets into the paint, turnaround, fadeaway, swatted, but it's Cummings on the rebound, and he can't put it down. Thunderbirds out on the push, running the floor. This is Jesse. Radikai, why not? Double team though, swarmed, and a whistle. And that'll be a Queens foul, I believe.
I think that might have been
maybe
three
not,
in
no.
the key.
It's going the other way, that's right. Yeah, no, he was, Victor was camped out there for a little while. You're right on that one there, Ilya. Camped in there for a little bit, so 3 in the key, offensive 3 in the key. And it is Queens basketball, down 17, 7 minutes to go, third quarter. Ponting for Silas, 12 on the shot clock. Silas stepping back, drills the 3 over Radikai, tough shot.
A big triple for Silas, bringing them to 14.
Radikai, nice look for Olsen inside.
The high-low action between the big and the forward.
Radikai's been really locked in this third quarter, just making great plays at both ends, off the miss. UBC on the push, right to the basket, swatted there at the rim as Sullivan was driving. And we get a whistle under the basket as Silas was unloading it. It's a UBC foul.
And second on Chitu.
Foul with Thunderbirds number 0 for Chitu. That's his second personal foul of the game. And the second
coming into the game for Queens is Scott Jenkins. And Victor Radikai takes a seat. Well-deserved rest. Got himself a third quarter. Mack and Kuhnme getting set to check in. Nikola Guzina is in the game now for BC. As Jenkins comes up short. An empty trip. Now right to the basket. Acrobatic play, and Chitu hangs and scores.
Stayed in the air for a few seconds there, and it's like Coach Barry not happy with something that happened on the other end and gets called for a technical foul.
So the frustration starting to set in for Queens here, as this game really starting to get away. Down 18, 6 minutes to go. Olsen's going to shoot the technical free throw. UBC in control for right now and also appearing comfortable in the driver's seat at this point. Again, 30-6 coming into this event. The Canada West silver medalists. Sometimes you get these tournaments with the host teams that are there because they're the host. Well, that's not the case with UBC this year. This has been a good group. And some frustration last night, and they're putting it together here this afternoon as Silas gets it on the handoff. Mack and Kuhnme defensively stepping out on him. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Silas gets a screen, lost his footing, lost the basketball. Jennings back the other way. On the push, corner, Olsen. Sidestep, three-pointer, no good. On the rebound, put back up and in. Guzina.
Might be the easiest bucket. Guzina will have all action.
And a 3 back the other way. Lucas Ponting answering back.
Now teams trading some buckets in transition, pushing the pace of the game. It's been a pretty fast third quarter, to say the least.
Mack and Kuhnme. Sullivan, long 3, no good. Ponting. Queens spacing it out here on the run. Jenkins into the corner. Silas, handoff for Jenkins. He'll give it a look, and it's no good. And a foul over the back there, and Guzina doesn't like it. Tough spot, though, when you get caught in that situation. You got somebody, you're on their back, and you know, okay, well, this is going to go one or two ways. I'm either coming away with the ball or getting called with the foul, and that's it. There's nothing else.
It's never in between, especially when you're being boxed out pretty well there by number 14, Ashton Bain.
And we've got a timeout on the floor. 18-point UBC lead. You are watching U Sports on CBC from Vancouver.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Early mornings, late nights, every rep, every sacrifice leading to this. Fueled by BioSteel, the best get the chance to make their mark. One weekend, one shot at glory.
UBC team like played Carleton and Ottawa and beat both of them.
Yeah.
In a preseason.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's funny. That's too bad. I mean, they're playing well today, though. Give them credit there. Back at War Memorial Gym, UBC working with an 18-point lead. Marcus Fitzgerald, Ilya Kurbanov with you on CBC. U Sports on CBC, the Indochino Final 8. This is the second semifinal, consolation semifinal of the day, as Sigma drills a corner three, and there you go, down to 15, and Queens back to the full court pressure. Micah Jesse is up top for Gazina. Gazina driving into the paint, and some contact, and a whistle, foul on Ashton Bain. And we were talking about this in the break, Ilya. You know, Queens has been playing this press the whole game. You're down 15. You know, you've obviously got the horses to play that way. Are they going to keep playing that way over the next 14 minutes or so? You
have to make a couple. So you got to find a way to make a couple of stops. And so far, early in this game, they were able to take advantage of that full court press. But I think it'll come down to the point where, you know, like I said, if they find a way to get a couple of stops and then bring it within single digits, they probably will change the formation. And same thing will happen if they do get that press broken and the Thunderbirds get in transition and score a couple of points. You will have to change something up as well. But two quick fouls. There's a fifth one on the Thunderbirds. You would expect the Gaels as well get more to the rim, try to draw more attention and close it out on the free throw line as well.
Into the penalty now, the Birds are. Engen to the line. You saw Akinkunmi pick up a foul there a moment ago. Queens came up with a stop defensively, and Ollie Engen hits the first. It is a 14-point game here in the third quarter. And Engen knocks down the second. So it's at 13, 4 minutes, 14 seconds to go, third quarter, and there is that pressure from Queens as Brendan Sullivan has to work across the timeline, full speed, right to the basket, turns it over. Sigma comes up with it for Queens. Here we go, Ilya, playing it right into our hands, just what we were talking about. Step back three, no good. That would have been a big make right there.
Would have brought him within 10.
That's right, and out of bounds, and we'll go back the other way here. And now Radikai coming back into the game, and why not? He's had himself a heck of a third quarter. He will take Gazina's spot. Radikai doing it at both ends here in this third quarter. Again, there's the pressure. Oh, a collision there, and it was Jesse that went down, and Ponting doesn't like it. I'll have to see a replay on that one. Maybe incidental, get a good angle on it. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have got him a little bit there.
Maybe some hands to the back.
The subtle stuff. But again, tough to break this press, and the Thunderbirds turn it over on the inbound. Uh-oh. Here comes Jenkins. Sigma. Pull-up jumper. Smooth, but in and out. Back comes UBC, looking for a good trip here. Toby Akinkunmi. Cross-court pass, tough pass, and it's stolen.
Don't want to do that in traffic, considering the whole paint is packed. Almost want to swing back to the 45 and go around the horn.
Ponting coming up short on the three. Queens has had their chances to get right back in this game. They just can't make shots. But if they can, look out. And Jerry Hayes with the basketball. 3:12 to go, third quarter. Fast-moving third quarter. Akinkunmi having a look. Had Radikai inside there, but instead back out to Hayes. 5 on the shot clock. Hayes. Jesse. Floater, no good. Radikai the rebound. Back up and in. The big man again.
Doesn't hesitate, puts it down to the floor one time, one step, one touch.
Lucas Ponting. Pass inside. Turning, count it, and a foul. Kai Dalen trying to get his boys fired up here.
That's a tough foul if you're Gus Gertson. You don't want to give up an easy N1 opportunity, but moving his feet, standing tall, trying to make it hard for Dalen to see the rim over his arms.
Second foul on Gertson. And Dalen at the line trying to complete this three-point play and cut it to 12. 2:41 to go in the third quarter. Again, the Concordia Stingers waiting in the 5th place game tomorrow for the winner of this game. Bring that to you 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific on CBC. Dalen completes the three-point play. Oh, almost a travel there, Chateau. A little extra half step. The crowd saw it, I saw it. The referees decided to let it go. 12 seconds on the shot clock here. Stepping into a three and drilling it, Brendan Sullivan.
And this is a tough break. Like you said, might have gotten away with the travel, and now it's going to 3 points the Thunderbirds' way at the end of the play.
Dalen following his miss. Now ball on the floor. Dalen gets it right back. Too strong on the putback. And Chateau comes up with a basketball. Chateau, oh, nice crossover there in the backcourt to get away from Dalen. Almost lost the handle there. And now finds Sullivan for Olsen. Driving towards the basket, lost it. Engen behind the back, over the timeline. 15-point game. Engen, kick to the corner, nobody home. Thunderbird basketball.
Tries to go one-on-one against Jesse. Might have had the lane, but then that late cut by Silas closed it out as Olsen was standing right there.
And Radikai, why not? Radikai can do no wrong here in this third quarter. Nice baseline drive by Lama. Cummings will try a three and not make it. And Radikai another board, and he's fouled. So Radikai, just one heck of a third quarter here for UBC. He's up to 15 points on the afternoon. Just everything you'd want from your big man.
That's his third personal foul of the game.
Foul on Engen is third.
And the 4th team foul this quarter.
And Dalen will take a seat. As we've seen all game long, the Gaels picking up full court. This is Sullivan. Long pass for Olsen. Had to leap to catch it. Radikai kicks it out. Sullivan tries a three. No. Rebound tapped out. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Birds. Nice drive to the basket, turn, fire, and score for Farid Chateau inside.
And quick hizzy spin off to the opposite side to finish it off.
Now Lama, Chateau, get that out of here, big block. Silas following up, and that ball was kicked by Chateau. So Farid Chateau all over the place at both ends here the last couple trips. See there, Chateau putting it into a blender and then making the play at the defensive end as well.
Doing it on both ends. This Thunderbird squad certainly will miss him next year.
The emphatic rejection from the senior.
And now the officials have a huddle and talking about the shot clock, as it was a kickball.
14 in the shot clock, 53 on the game clock here in this third quarter. 87-68, UBC working with the lead. Engen, good defense from the Birds. Engen, tough shot, and he scores. That was some good D, and sometimes you just have to tip your cap.
Just better offense from Engen. The type of player that has been all year long for this Gaels squad.
And Olsen long on the three after Radikai found him. So Silas on the push, final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Silas all the way to the bucket, draws the contact. And that will be enough for a shooting foul, of course, with the Birds in the penalty. 3 fouls on Chateau.
And the penalty, Lucas Silas goes to the line to shoot 2.
Silas pushing the pace of the game.
Akinkunmi coming in. It really feels like the Thunderbirds have settled in now. They're comfortable. They're up 17. They feel like they're in control. You know, you win a Canada West silver medal. Winners of 30 games coming into this tournament. There's some veteran experience on this team. Adam Olsen, though, the sophomore, providing some scoring and able to put it together for an afternoon. They've got 10 minutes and change to go, but a really good day so far for Kevin Hansen's group as they can push to at least finish 5th at this final 8. Sullivan, final 10 seconds. Olsen, little weave up top here. Sullivan, time winding out, gotta let it go. No good. And the third quarter comes to a close. So after 3 quarters, UBC 87, the Queens Gaels 71. We will be back with more. You are watching U Sports on CBC.
This is a call to empower, to unite, and to celebrate the bold in all their glory. It's time to own the ice. Are you ready?
Hey, U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Back at War Memorial, UBC, the second consolation semifinal of the day, getting set for the fourth quarter. As we look at some of the highlights, and really it was all about Radikai, Ilya, in that third quarter of play. He just did everything at both ends.
Totally getting his feet set, standing against the pressure, triple team, double team, didn't matter. Still found a way to finish it off the glass and got it done defensively as well. A couple of rejections helping this Thunderbird squad get in transition offense early, and the Gaels couldn't really find their rhythm as the quarter gone on. Kind of lingered around and stayed in play, but no major runs to shrink the deficit.
And UBC working with that 16-point edge. See Kevin Hansen there, 25 seasons. There's nothing he hasn't seen at this point, but his group is in position to advance to that 5th place game tomorrow. A hard 10 minutes to go, but up 16. And right down to 15 just like that. Olsen gets the foul. as Silas gets inside. Don't go away just yet.
This is a huge play to start this fourth and final quarter by Silas. Adam Olsen picking up his third as well. Not the sight you want to see if you're Kevin Hansen in the squad.
And here comes that pressure again. They're just going to try to wear you down. Sullivan with the basketball under his own basket. Radikai playing release valve on the press break. Finds Sullivan. Adam Olsen. Sullivan, why not? No, in and out on the tip is good. The follow, Akinkunmi.
Akinkunmi is like the Swiss Army knife that this T-Bird squad has. Does it all on both ends and very energetic player.
What a size as well as Silas gets into the paint, draws the contact.
And 2 quick fouls by the Thunderbirds, not the best sight. Silas again engaging that defense, making the Thunderbirds commit to him and working them in the drive penetration.
Akinkunmi's third foul as well, so Olsen with 3, Akinkunmi with 3. No Thunderbirds player has more than 3 though. And Queens relatively clear of foul trouble. Only one player, Ashton Bain, with 3 fouls in this one. As Silas comes up short on the second one. 89-75, 9 minutes, 17 seconds to go. And the steal, Silas off the press, throws it down.
Got up on that one, Silas.
And almost another turnover.
Defensive presence, pressure, elevates on that play.
I didn't know he had that one in the
I
bank.
didn't think either. You saw my facial expression. I was like, he got up. Throwing it down, you know you would expect players on the floor to be athletic. University level, I feel like I haven't seen a single player not be able to dunk in my past.
So it's UBC ball here. This is Jerry Hayes. Out of Radikai up top. Back for Hayes. Get it to Adam Olsen. Final 8 seconds of the clock. Inside Radikai. Easy one. Oh, but he missed it. Missed the bunny. And here comes Engen. 89-77. Here comes Queens. Engen kicks it out. Cummings on the drive. Lost his footing. But support was there. And the floater. Tough shot, Kai Dalen. The lead is down to 10. Long stretch pass out of bounds. Turnover. Queens basketball. They're fired up on the sideline.
It's good 1.5 minutes of defensive pressure. Sees the Thunderbirds lose 7 points off that lead, and Queens Gaels do a tremendous job going back to that full court press like they have in the first quarter.
And the early timeout for Kevin Hansen to stop the bleeding a little bit, as you see Silas on the drive on the replay there. Again, we talk about those 2 playmakers, Silas and Engen, making things happen. Kai Dalen has had his moments as well. And the Queens Gaels, man, they're not done. They are not done, and there's plenty of time left in this fourth quarter. It's only 10. And I'm so looking forward to that point where we can say, Ilya, hey, single digits, anything can happen, right? We're almost there. We're almost at that point. But Queens is just keeping up that full court pressure, and I marvel at that, to be able to play like that for 40 minutes and have that, not just the stamina, of course, but also the discipline to stay in your spots and know where you need to be at all times.
It's the biggest difference, you know, being able to execute that type of pressure is what makes it work, to be honest, and that comes from the trust of every player that's on the floor. You understand that if I, for example, go and press the ball, I trust for my teammate to make that rotation, to be somewhere in the middle or be in the back lines in case that ball flies over my head and I'm unable to do anything with it. That's exactly what they've been doing.
Yeah.
They send the 3 players to the front, press the ball. We've seen a couple of turnovers going the other way, just empty possessions, throwing the ball into the abyss if you're the Thunderbirds, and that worked for the Gaels.
They communicate well, and everyone's where they need to be on that press. And they have used it very effectively here in the fourth quarter. It's just a 10-point game. It is Queens basketball, 8:24 remaining in the fourth. Can UBC close the deal and get to that 5th place game tomorrow? We will find out. The Concordia Stingers are waiting. This is Silas with the basketball, met by Hayes as he crosses the timeline. Silas right inside and lays it in. No interior help. And it's down to 8.
Silas up now to 24 points.
He has been massive here tonight. Looking inside, another turnover. Here come the Gaels again. Silas, they can cut it to 5. Engen, turnaround, blocked by Olsen. Big defensive play for the Thunderbirds, and now it's Hayes. Jerry Hayes will take a look here. 14 in the shot clock. 89-81. Thunderbirds could use a bucket here on this trip. They go to Olsen. Off the catch, the 3, no good. Long rebound, out of bounds. Back to Queens.
Tries to get that stagger action involved. Guzina setting up that screen, and Olsen comes up empty.
And now it is Ponting. Having a look, goes for Silas. Cummings is out there, Engen as well. Silas off the dribble handoff, now he's working against Hayes. Back to the basket. Tried the step back, pump fake, looking for somewhere to go. Finds Engen. 5 on the shot clock. Engen, Cummings, ball's got to go up. He lets it go. And in and out. Snatched down by Chateau. Out for Hayes. UBC by 8. Under 7 left, 4th quarter. Chateau will try a 3. Bang! Fareed Chateau. That was large. 92-81. UBC goes up by 11. We will take a timeout. You are watching U Sports on CBC.
That was a big triple.
Yeah. Oh, maybe we're not. It's all right. Come back at 10. Or we'll come back now. All right, we're going to...
Le sport en direct sur icitout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est icitout.tv.
Johnson. There you go. That's the one. Back at War Memorial, it is an 11-point game. Fareed Chateau just hit a massive 3 for UBC, and we've got an offensive foul on Queens.
Foul's going against Silas on that handoff screen. He's sliding his feet, preventing Gertson get around it.
Now it's Gertson with some room to operate. Gertson dropping it off and laying it home. A big bucket again for the Birds. That's Guzina. The lead back up to 13. Engen having a look. Silas trying to get position down in the post. We're going to get a foul instead on Jerry Hayes. Jerry doesn't like it.
He's backing him down. Silas tries to establish position, and perhaps there's some hand contact that we're not able to see from behind, obviously.
Silas off the inbound, shot in tight, might have been a foul, looking for contact, didn't get it, didn't hit the shot either, ball out of bounds, it stays with Queens. So 14 in the shot clock, a 13-point game here. Queens almost got it down to single digits, and a little mini run here by UBC, 5-0. Give them some space. Engen lets go a three and drills it. Down to 10.
It's the first three I've seen him take all tournament. Yesterday, I don't think he had.
Two and an easy dunk for Gazina.
Made it look effortless, the big man.
Thunderbirds able to get inside a little easier now these last couple trips down the floor. Engen picked up his dribble. Down Cummings. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5. Crowd counting him down. Engen's got to shoot it. Step back, tough shot. No, off the front iron. And Gazina comes up with a rebound. Gazina's going to take it himself all the way to the bucket. Lays it in. Nikola Gazina, coast to coast.
Not often you see Gazina do that. Normally you'll find him on the inside, dropping down, high-low action, but taking it upon himself this time around.
Back up to 14 as Ponting has it for Queens, working on Gazina inside, pivoting, handoff. Silas had it knocked away there by Hayes. 2 seconds on the shot clock. It's got to go up. Silas can't get it. Shot clock violation as UBC cranks up the defense. Up 14.
Silas again pleading his case, hoping for a foul call, but well defended there. Chateau slides in for a help, making it difficult to get the shot off.
Adam Olsen leaves it there for Chateau. Chateau, little stutter step, spin move into the lane, goes up, no contact, and ball out of bounds, back to Queens. No foul that time as Fareed diving to the basket. 4.5 to go, a 14-point game. Silas one more time. Cummings gets it on the handoff. Driving baseline cut off there by Gazina. Cummings having a look. Silas, Engen, shot clock winding down. Late clock, what can Queens get? Silas, spin move. Engen turns, shoots, fires, and scores. But long possessions though, Ilya, long possessions for Queens, and that's hurting them on the big clock here, the one that matters.
Definitely 4 minutes left, 12-point game. Definitely not out of reach, but you want to speed up your pace if you are trying to catch up.
As Kurtzen drills the three, and maybe, just maybe, that was the nail right there, left wide open as well. Gus can hit that one all day as Engen drives back inside and draws the foul on Olsen. So Olsen picks up his fourth foul. 3:38 to go. Does Adam stay in the game here? Up by 15, you think you're safe, but
you never know.
You never know. Well, that's why Kevin Hansen's been around for 25 years, and I have not. So I'm going to trust Coach on that one. But we'll see here. See how this is managed. Olsen's going to stay in for now as the first free throw is made by Engen. So it's a 14-point game. Takes a breath, drops the shoulders, and drills the second. So 101-88. Here comes that full court pressure again. Thunderbirds trouble getting it in, but Silas commits the foul on Sullivan.
Only their second team foul. Wouldn't do much, but allows the Thunderbirds reset and try to inbound it again now.
Sullivan pressured there by Silas. Olsen, Sullivan, lob inside, easy again, one more time, Nikola Gazina.
A beautiful pick and roll action between Sullivan and his big man.
Engen getting the return feed from Ashton Bain back in the game. Sullivan almost with a steal and a layup at the other end. Instead, it's a step back for Silas, he's short. Olsen on the rebound, 3 minutes to go. UBC up by 15. And a foul committed by Silas, he's got 4. Queens, Ilya, they were right there. They cut it down to 10, you thought, okay, But give credit to the Thunderbirds for responding there, because there were moments there in that fourth quarter and in the second half where maybe, just maybe, it was starting to slip away. But the Thunderbirds have answered back in a big way. They've sort of regained control here, up 15. And now Gazina driving to the bucket, lost the handle on the way up. It is Silas back the other way. Corner three is good. It's drilled there by Lucas Ponting. All right, pressure. And we've got a foul on Ponting there, a little aggressive, picking up his man, Sullivan.
Might have bailed the Thunderbirds out. That was a very close to a 5-second call. And every stop right now is critical for this team.
Oh, Sullivan shuffled the feet a little bit. Did they call the travel? Yes, they did. He did. And that was a shuffle, too many steps, so Queens gets a turnover off of that.
He perhaps saw that defender in there, tries to step to the side so he doesn't commit that offensive foul.
Chance for Queens to cut it to 9 with a 3. Engen, nice pass. Silas puts it home. It's 10, 2:20 to go. Gertson against Ponting, 2 number 10s. And Nicola inside. Puts it back for Chateau, and now Chateau gets the return feed. Adam Olsen, 7 on the clock. Olsen going to the bucket, lays it up off the glass, no good. Rebound controlled by the Gaels, 2 minutes to go. Queens down by 10. One final push here. Engen to the bucket, off the glass, no good. Offensive board, Lama goes back up and puts it home. It's 8, single digits, 1:50 to go. And the pressure once again, Sullivan. Having a look, he's got Chateau to the outside, but Sullivan will carry it over himself. Now it's back into Nicola, driving into the lane and scores a big, big bucket. It was Nicola Guzina. It was Radikai in the third quarter. It's been Guzina here in the fourth.
A beautiful spin by the big man.
Lama tries a 3, that's off. Sullivan comes up with a rebound. The lead at 10. UBC in control here with 1:20 to go. Chateau driving baseline, throws it down.
This very well may be the exclamation point the Thunderbirds were looking for. Chateau punches it right in.
As Ponting misses the 3, and you're right, Ilya, that may have been the exclamation point. A little extra elevation, too, for Farid. He knew it. Making that one count. Sullivan, Gertson, driving baseline. Got the ball back, tips it out. Chateau, Gertson, corner 3, why not? No good. Ball tipped back out by Chateau, out of bounds. Queens basketball, but BC in control. UBC 107-95 here. As
5 seconds.
Yes. As the Concordia Stingers will await. Lucas Silas, big game, 26 points for the Gaels, but their run appears to be over here at this tournament. Three-pointer no good. Lama on the rebound. Ponting will try it again and knock it down. So it's 9 with 29 seconds. Sullivan getting that pressure. Tough cross-court pass for Chateau. He goes cross-court again for Akinkunmi. Under 18 seconds, and the T-Birds will hold it. So it may not have gone their way last night with a loss to UPEI, but they withstand a bit of a rally here by Queens in the fourth quarter as Sullivan misses the long 3. Akinkunmi grabs the offensive board, and that'll do it. The UBC Thunderbirds, the host side, off to that fifth place game tomorrow. They will face the Concordia Stingers, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on CBC. And Billy, we came into this one. How's UBC going to respond after what went down last night? There were some hiccups here and there for sure, and maybe a couple of moments there, at least one stretch in the second half where you thought maybe Queens was on the comeback trail, but all in all, a pretty good effort from Kevin Hansen's side here this afternoon.
Definitely stepped up and done so much better offensively, but the turnovers continue to be an issue. 20 turnovers committed today, 22 yesterday. You'll have to take care of the ball in situations like that, but they managed to come up on top. The big rebounding differential certainly helped them, 54-34. out-rebounding the Gaels and taking care of business inside the paint with Radakai and Guzina taking advantage of their sizes.
Quarter Statistics is always brought to you by Wilson, makers of the official U Sports basketball, as the Thunderbirds salute the home crowd. Good atmosphere here at War Memorial this afternoon. And they will move on and play right here tomorrow against the Concordia Stingers, who we saw knock off Bishops in our first semifinal of the day. Waiting to see who the Nike players of the game will be. Tough choice if you're looking from a UBC standpoint. You had a lot of players come up big today.
It's probably would be Adam Olsen carrying the load with 18 points, 6 rebounds. Could be Farid Chatou as well, who had a 20 and 8 himself. And most likely to be Luca Silas on the Gaels side.
From the Queen's University Gaels, number 3, Luca Silas.
Yes, indeed. Silas with a nice day offensively, but you can bet he would trade some of it, or maybe even all of it, for a W here this afternoon. But 26 points, as we say, and tough way to end for Queens here this afternoon. Playing that pressure all game long.
Thunderbirds, number 0,
Farid Chatou, player of the game for UBC, finishing with 20. A player that causes some matchup problems. He's got that athleticism. Also a player that is on the verge of ending his run here at UBC, a fifth-year senior as well. And you can see the big smile on his face there. Nice to have a performance like this today, and for his team to come through and pick up a win after the disappointment from the night before. So that sets up tomorrow's Consolation Final here at War Memorial. 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Ilya and I will be here to bring you that one on CBC. So for all of us here from War Memorial, final score one more time, UBC 107, Queens at 98. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will do it again soon. You've been watching U Sports on CBC live from Vancouver. Good afternoon.
Accomplishments faded way too long. I'm floating in and out of consciousness, and they saying I'm back. I'd agree with that. I just take my time with all this shit. I still believe in that. I had someone tell me I fell off. Ooh, I needed that. And they wanna see me pick back up. Well, where'd I leave it at? I know I exaggerated things. Now I got it like that. Tuck my napkin in my shirt, cause I'm just mobbing like that. You know good and well that you don't want a problem like that. You gon' make someone around me catch a body like that. No, don't.